What's up, Internet? Again, I had a bunch of days. I finished the review early, so I decided I'm going to play something just to kill time. This is a game by DMA Design. You probably don't recognize that name, but you might recognize them as Rockstar North. Yeah, this is the game the GTA guys made before GTA. That wasn't Uniracer or Lemmings. And honestly, it's probably their best game. And it's one of my favorites on the N64, Space Station Silicon Valley. Now, we might have a bit of an issue because, and I think I mentioned this in my review of this game, my N64 has the RAM expansion. If you start a file with that, there's a good chance the opening cutscene will freeze. So, let's roll that dice. And see what this story's all about. Although, you could just as easily, get the story from my review. It's a pretty clever game. I like Dan and Evo the robot. There's some good characters. They're very human. Which is kind of ironic because one of them's a robot, of course, but they're very human characters. They're very flawed, and that's always good to see in your heroes, is a little bit of conflict with who they are as a person. But yeah, I guess I'll put this out a week later than my previous Let's Play, but I'm faffing about because it's literally the next day. It's Friday. Tomorrow, I guess I'm working on 30 minutes of, although I think I might have some time before I go to bed to finish one or two of them off. Yeah. Not a wise idea to punch the driver. Haven't tried it personally, mind you, but typically it doesn't sound like a good idea. This game was also ported to the PS1, only in Europe, and I hear it's like the worst port of an awesome game ever. Also, this game might freeze, like, right now. So, that'll be fun to find out. If that happens, I guess I'll just restart a bunch of times and cut to when it works. We're right about the time that, well, when the inevitable happens, it tends to freeze immediately. So I guess we'll pray it works? Please don't crash. It'd be really depressing to have to... Okay, it didn't crash. Awesome. So I guess we're doing a good start to something here. Anyway, this is one of my favorite N64 games. Very, very obscure, but it's a ton of fun. Also, not many games work with the whole possession mechanic, which, as a living microchip in a world of robotic animals you have to possess, it's important to utilize. But, I don't know how much of this we'll play, but, maybe we'll do a couple levels in the first world and then, the second world. So here's the deal, we have to, do various missions. So, our first mission is to get some energy and to get a sheep, or possess a sheep. So we'll go join our, deceased dog's lover, and that should give us a sheep. And that's our schematics, but we don't need that. So we got a sheep, and we're going to leave that sheep there for a very important reason. I don't think I can climb these walls as the microchip, which might be an issue, because we actually lose a lot of health just wandering around because we're exposed and damaged. I'm really starting to notice I need a new N64 controller again, because my N64's control stick has a lot of play in it, and that's not good. So that's some energy. These purple balls are important because there are 15 in each world. You get them all, and you don't get a good ending, but you get a better way to play the final level, I think is the best way to describe that. But, there's our buddy Dan. Yes, he's playing the Space Station Silicon Valley theme, which Evo hates quite noticeably. And if I recall, he actually pumps it through the station speakers. Now, if we had a weapon, we could blow up the speakers and remove the sound entirely. But we don't, so we're stuck listening to this admittedly pretty kick-ass jingle. So I believe we have to go down here and bark, which fries poor Flossie, and we steal her still beating heart, full of delicious, nutritious goldness. And once again, if you haven't seen my review, every world has one of those. They're called souvenirs. They're just solid gold objects that reference the individual level you're in. Collecting them would have unlocked an asteroids level, except one of them is glitched, which you can make appear, but it doesn't have any collisions, so you can't actually physically collect it. But there is a code, so you can unlock the secret world, or the secret level all you want. I've played it, it's not great. But this game's pretty great, and everyone should play it. Again, don't play the crap PS1 version. Like, I want a copy, but I need a European PlayStation 1 to play it. And I'd want it just for the sake of archivalness, because of, well, that, and I love Space Station Silicon Valley. And we're still missing one purple orb. Let's do a little bit more of a looky-loo. That monitor on the wall will show you your various robot stats, if you wanted to watch it again. But we already know we're piloting a dog, so that's good. And we finished the level. If you're in Europe, I'm also very jealous because you got the Game Boy Color version of this, which I hear is actually pretty tremendous. I love that scene with Dan. The Game Boy Color version is a tremendous 2D translation of this, I've heard, and I can't get a copy, and importing a copy is very, very expensive. Anyway, there are 5 worlds here. There are the 4. You've got the pink one, blue one, green one, orange one, and then the center. Pink is Europe, blue is Ice World, because every game needs an ice world. Green is jungle, yellow is desert. As you'll notice, the first one is significantly longer, and they get smaller as you go. You don't have to clear every single level to move on, you just need to clear 4 levels, so we'll try and do the first 4 of Europe and at least the first one of Ice World, I think. But this is have a nice day, get 4 sheep into the pen, and find a mouse with wheels. And fortunately, I know where both of those things are. Now, there's a sheep. Jerkbag sheep. So here's the deal, we're sheep, we are trying to herd, or we are a sheepdog trying to herd sheep into this pen. But there's a trick that this game doesn't blatantly tell you, and that is, they don't specify that the sheep have to be alive, so we're just gonna be a little bit mean and do it this way. Now you can turn on that switch, that big blue thing right there, and that'll lock up the fence with an electric fence, but since we're murdering the sheep, it doesn't really matter much. The only thing I have to worry about is losing my health trying to return to the dog body. And other than that, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Well, that and getting thrust back into Flossie 3.0 over there. As you can see, there's a yellow blur on the horizon. That is an animal, because this game actually has a draw distance of the entire game, or the entire stage. However, it will blur stuff at a distance just to save on processing space, which I think creates a, at least for the time, relatively realistic look, because, you know, you look down a street, you can see all the way down the street. It's not going to get, like, super blurry or anything. Or it's not going to get enveloped in fog, because you don't live in Silent Hill. Okay, now I gotta get my body back, and then go find the last sheep. I am a little bit worried about the next level, though, because that level is really rather hit and miss in terms of things going bad a lot, so I'm definitely not making guarantees that I'm going to not die a lot. So, hopefully I don't die, because I would like to show off the water world, or the ice world. I can't get up there, you dumb sheep. I can get over here and maul you to death. So the next world, I've seen speedruns of it, and it gets pretty easy if you're not doing it the right way, but since I don't know the speedrun way, it's a little bit, yep, those sheep certainly aren't going anywhere. But doing it the intended way there's a good chance you're gonna get murdered. So, yeah, I might have to swap to my completed 100% file, well, 99% file, to show off Ice World, because the World Tree might just completely destroy me, because... Oh, there's a dog. Dog's gonna be nice to us, because we're a dog. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to murder the dog, because we need a mouse, and the dog will go after the mouse. And I don't fancy the mouse's chances in that fight. Now, if you saw that very briefly before I killed that dog, which I feel bad about, sorry dog, I really like dogs, it lowered its head in damage. All the animals in this game have sort of a tell for when you're about to kill them, but you haven't quite. This is the racing mouse. There is no normal mouse. There was in the beta of this game, though. And I think the files of the regular mouse still exist in the PS1 version. And, I guess I'll try and get the, trophy in this world, too. So now we wait here, and there's the best animal in the game, the racing dog. Because not only is it a dog with wheels, which is automatically awesome, it's a dog with wheels and a rocket launcher. So we gotta beat this guy in a race, and if we do, we are going to beat him, and we get a trophy. Ugh. Although turbo boosting the mouse is a little bit, and we actually need to save some of this, because if we don't turbo over that ramp, we end up in the drink, and the mouse is actually allergic to water, because it is not a water mouse. Really like the music here. It's really, really jazzy. Aw, yeah. Yep. Eat my giant pointy tail. And I get a giant gold mouse on wheels, because reasons. Yay! Now we just have to go to the teleporter. Whee! And we are done with level 2. Now I'm going to try level 3, but there's a good chance I'm going to get proper mullered. And, might... Oh, it's Honeymoon Lagoon. Okay, sorry. No, it's level 4 I'm thinking of that gets me completely destroyed. I wish I read that. Anyway. This level is significantly larger than the others. It's still a very simple level, mind you, because it's early on. It has a fairly standard progression curve, this game. But, now, if you saw that floating Superman 64 or Rocket Robot on Wheels-esque ring in the air, that is actually a thing for the trophy in this world, which I don't really have any interest in getting, but we could try. Fortunately, you're not under a time limit to do that, so... Yep, we deactivated the big machine. I don't think you can actually... I think these are time-based, yeah. There we go. We turned off the electric fence. So now we just have one more thing, which is... mission brief? Get something soft and fluffy. Yeah, they're a little bit cryptic with some of the stuff, although it's not hard to figure out. Again, controlling the racing mouse is hardly easy. Whoop! There we go. That's one. Now, if I recall, in order to get this souvenir, you have to make a full circuit of the area. Okay, now you see those sort of reddish-orange blobs over there? Those are foxes, and they will completely destroy me. Foxes are some of the most dangerous creatures, especially in the Europe zone, because they're fast, they're small, and they hit you in groups. And as destructive as they are, I'm betting you're thinking, well, they must be awesome. Well, you get to play as one, and it sucks. Mainly because you have to go up against, like, bears, which hit you really hard, and you don't have a team to back you up. Because foxes are really only super good in a team. Now, if I recall, there's a sheep down there. You can kind of see it floating next to that pillar on the left. But I don't fancy my ability to get over there without getting murdered, so we'll just go down here. And they're all sheep here, so we're not really in any danger to die. But that sheep down there is actually pretty cool, so we're gonna get it anyway, but we now have a proper sheep. Now, if I recall, you can actually get the sheep down there, which is a little bit different, and we're definitely going to try, because that sheep down there is actually really neat. But you can make do with this one, because, well, it is a little bit cryptic, something soft and fluffy. It also means that it's a very broad objective, where you can find various solutions to the problem, which is kind of nice. And they do that sometimes here, where you're given a problem, but you can kind of solve it any way you like. So we'll go down here. I don't know if this one will be able to get the thing, so we might immediately have to swap back to the proper sheep, but I like this guy, so we're going to grab him. Because this is a springy thingy. Yeah. And it goes and it jumps, but it doesn't hover. So it's actually not very good. But I like this springy thingy. I think it's a fun little thing. Okay, so where was the is it over here? Ah, there it is. I was looking for that and got turned around. That happens sometimes. But this game, it's violent, and it's off the wall, and it's weird, and it's creative, and it's brilliant, and I wish I could play all the other versions. I wish this game got sequels. I wish Rockstar hadn't just focused on Grand Theft Auto, which I admit they made a lot of money with, but there's only one space station, Silicon Valley, and then a port, and then a really bad port that no one wants to play. Now it's the machine, of course, that we shut down at the beginning, which is a landmark here, which is why it's the trophy, because all the trophies portray something in the world that you did extra objectives in. And before you ask, no, there's no real labeled way to get the trophies. You just sort of have to mess around with the world and try and figure out what the requirements are for it. So unlike the actual mission objectives, which tell you explicitly what you have to do, that one requires a lot more creativity and problem solving, and experimentation, which is always enjoyable in a game, I feel. But yeah, this is one of my most beloved N64 games. It's a great game. And I wish there was just more of it. And there was more of it I could actually play or get my hands on. Okay, we'll try Battery Farm, because I'm sure I'm going to get murdered, and after that we'll go to the Ice Zone when I fail horribly. So, grow some carrots, switch off electric fence, and something else. Oh yeah, I think I know what I gotta do. Now, if you have watched my review, you probably know I used the music to this level, because when I was a kid, as you can tell by my disposition towards this level, I got murdered here a lot. So I heard this song a lot, and I really like it. Now, that's a ram, and that'll attack us. But if we grab the ram, the affiliated sheep, which are related to the ram, will start following us. And I can jump that. They won't follow us any further. There's some health over here, which we might need to play strategically. As you can see, there's a yellow blob on the horizon, which is a racing dog, which will horribly, horribly murder me. And that's one of the reasons why this level's pretty tricky. Okay, what we're gonna need to do is murder a sheep, because this thing doesn't hover like a sheep. Like, I'm trying to hover right now, but it just does a normal jump. So we actually need to utilize the sheep's hover ability. And hit that switch, then we can swap back to the ram and try and make our way across without getting horribly, horribly maulered by that racing dog. So we're going to wait for it to go by. Now, there is a way to kill it using the environment, which is good. You can see that sort of second switch up ahead. We'll try and hit it and hope for the best. Although I think nothing stops during these cutscenes, which means he's still patrolling. Which is bad for me. So this is going to be a bit of a clenching moment. That can destroy the dog. And we absolutely want it to. And we could hide up here, and we could get a director's cut tour of the world. Oh, please get smashed by that. But even in destroying the dog, that's not the biggest threat. I mean, it's the biggest immediate threat, but after that, there's actually a couple foxes near the exit, and I don't think you have to clear them out, but... because I haven't paid attention to the mission briefing, but I think you have to get by them and hit a switch. So... where is that dog? Oh, crap. That's right. Oh, this is bad for me. Yeah, so missiles. Not exactly ideal for a sheep to fight against. So... our best bet right now is probably to hide and just hope he gets murdered by the crushing implement. But of course, I don't do that because I'm impatient. So we're going to grab some health. Maybe he'll get destroyed in the interim, and we'll just have to guerrilla warfare jump him a bunch of times and hope we kill him. Because this is not a favorable matchup by any means. Okay. Yeah, he'll sometimes just walk into it, so waiting for the crushing thing to crush him isn't exactly the best strategy. Also, I'm not sure what his detection range relative to me is, so I'm really hoping he doesn't notice me, and he hasn't. That's good. Okay, well, I've got him backed into a wall. Maybe I could... yep, that's good. Okay, now just start... I like that all the animals, like, nod their head to the music. Like, they know, okay, this guy's swiveling around like jelly. That means he's close to death. And now we've got the best animal in the game. And I'm pretty sure this is the only level you actually get him, which... nope, there's one more. But it's a very confined space area, so you can't use it much. But this is by far the best animal in the game, and my favorite. Because the racing dog. Crazy missiles. Also, jet propulsion. Oh, also... I don't think I can do it right now, but I'll show that off. So we gotta grow some carrots for Dan to eat, which actually gets a callback in a later episode because he says they were rotten and they made him sick. Sheep. Okay, that's how powerful those missiles are. It murders a sheep pretty much instantly. Now, if I recall, there's actually a way to stack bodies in a way that you can just automatically get across that. But as you can see, there is a fox up there, which is not favorable for me. And very small platforms. Not good. And I can't use the dog because the dog can't jump. Dog has missiles and a jet launcher. Also, crazy moon jumps that I've never seen before. I approve of crazy moon jumps. Moon jumps are awesome. Also, hitting those little thistles that appeared when you get close will hurt you. And it'll make a very nice little pokey sound. Do 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 do. The music in this game is fantastic. And all the levels are varied. Like, seriously, if you had one N64 game, it would either be this or Rocket Robot on Wheels, is what I'm saying. And what you do to get that is probably just stack bodies and just walk across with something. But all that does is grow some cabbages over here, which in turn gives you some more points. So, as you can hear, the music changed. That's because the music is actually getting pumped in through the speakers from Dan. So destroying the speakers actually ends up turning the entire level quiet, which is a nice little touch. And that actually ends up being a mission requirement in one level. Very late in the game in the desert world. That, like the jungle world, you don't see enough of, but to be fair, the jungle world was kind of... it had a lot of really obtuse level objectives, and was, I don't want to say awful, but It felt definitely a lot more obtuse and unclear compared to the rest of the game. And I could basically just murder the fox from here. And I will indeed attempt to do so. Now, I didn't notice this until, like, just now, but right next to the blue and green circles, there's, like, the green bar, which is my health. The little bar next to the blue one is the enemy's health. I've had this game for years and I never noticed that, so you'll learn something every day, I guess. Now we'll say goodbye to our racing dog for a minute. Hop into a racing fox. And this thing is really fast and unwieldy, but we will sneak past this other fox, because he won't attack us, because we are also a fox. Someone lived here. Ah, can't do it. Okay. Only the dog can hit the button. I think you can sneak past that barrier, though, so... it's not necessarily a requirement to do so, or at least it's not an intentional thing. But we should be completely safe, because outside of those little pokey barbs, there's nothing that's gonna hurt us. And the dog now runs the farm. Now, if you were to ask me what the trophy in this world is, my answer is... I don't remember. But we finished the level, which is impressive, because I thought I was going to get completely destroyed. That level's always been rather hard for me, as I've stated. So the next level would have been Engine Room, which is a very, very tough level. I won't show you why, but I will show you a special cameo in this game. But you can only see it if you move fast, and I'm probably going to get murdered anyway, so... oh crap, I think I missed it. Right there. Okay, that thing that blew up right here, that was a special hidden animal that I don't think you can get normally. I know there's a code to make it, but it's a unicycle riding bear that juggles. And I don't think I've ever actually used the code to play as it. But this game's got a crazy number of codes. Okay, so there's quite a few different animals in this world. There's rats, there's bears, which you saw, which we're going to have to take out. And that's never a favorable outcome because they tend to pursue you pretty far. And they do an incredible amount of damage. So my strategy is basically to back away and hope he doesn't do that. Because if he goes all rabid, bad things happen. Or he could just fall into the lava. That works too. Let's help him out. Yay! Yay for strategy that I wasn't really thinking of. I was just running away. Okay. I think we actually do need that bear, which is a problem. But I guess we'll try and... where is he? Okay. So we needed that bear, to carry a little, box onto that thing. That box specifically. Oh, I can push it. Okay, that's fine. Now, I do remember what the, special objective was. It's destroy all these computers, so I guess we'll try to do that without getting horribly murdered. I don't expect to beat this level, to be honest. I have trouble with that first bear, to be honest. But, yeah, the bear can just pick this up, so I didn't expect to be able to push it, since we kind of made the bear despawn. But after this, there's some rats we have to run past and kill, a bunch of mines, a bunch of other traps, and 2 other bears guarding a gate, which is a bit of a tall order, especially for level 4, which I think is kind of why they let you go to the next world, to kind of like test the water somewhere else where it's a little easier. Oh, that's my... I thought that was a rat coming to get me. That was my fox body, which we'll have to go back into. Let's blow that up and steal that, although that doesn't give me energy, which I desperately need, and I don't think there's too much in this level. Whether I win or lose this level, we'll go to the ice world and I'll show off that world, because I know I can do the first level to that one, which is... It's a great level. I want to say it's level 3 on the ice world where it starts to get a little bit tricky. And that one I had a lot of trouble with when I was a kid. Oh, you're kidding me. Do I really need to be the bear? Yep, I do. Okay, let's test this theory out. Okay, what we'll do is we'll see if we can grab the other bears, I guess. Because I'm not sure how much damage that lava does, but I'm not... Okay, that's not the rat. I know there's a rat around here. There he is. They're fast. They don't have a lot of health, but they can do some fair amount of damage. And there's, I think, like 3 levels dedicated to them in the Europe world. Okay, this is where the little poop mines. If I recall, there is a level where you have to play as a rat and eat poop for a trophy. But there's 3 levels in the Europe world where you have to use a rat. Interestingly, across all the worlds, like, none of them share any of the same animals. So, like, none of the other worlds will have the racing dog, just Europe. Which, I mean, still, that does mean the racing dog is in the most predominant world. There's a sheep for reasons. Okay. And I can blow that up. And I think that energy is going to stay there, so we won't have to go get it. That'll be our backup if we get horribly, horribly destroyed. Rat. Okay. Now, if I recall, there's 2 more animals past these roly balls of death. There's a rat. I guess we'll try and shoot him between these and see what that does. I don't want to be close to you or you're exploding fecal matter. Okay. So, bears. Again, we don't want to fight them. Hopefully we can just sort of kite them into the traps. And hopefully that'll take care of them, but I think they're smart enough not to follow me this time. Which makes things tricky, because not only is there one, and not only can they take a ton of damage, but they deal out a lot, and there's 2 of them. Okay. Okay. We're gonna have to play this one really conservatively, I think. I think the bears will still attack if they see you transform too, so... Okay, go, go, go. Whoa! I'm grabbing that health, so I really hope it hasn't despawned. Or else I might be in trouble. So, this game is not easy by any means, but it's a fantastic, varied one. And, I quite like it. I think it's one of the wittier games on the N64. Like, I know a lot of people, they speak quite highly of Conker's Bad Fur Day for being, like, clever and well-written and adult or whatever. I don't think so. I don't think Conker's Bad Fur Day was well-written. It seemed like a bunch of things that just sort of happened with no interconnectivity or reasoning. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was it. For, animal obstacles, anyway. I love that. I think the bears need to activate this door. I think? Oh, no, wait. No, it's the scientist, it's the scientist back at the start. You need to steal his credentials to open the door. Which isn't the only time you need to collect scientists. There's a level where you have to collect scientists' severed heads, which have been kept cryogenically frozen, and are therefore still useful for reasons. Because Rockstar game. Although I don't think Uniracers or Lemmings were typically morbid games. Well, Lemmings, you know, maybe, but they weren't expressly gory or anything. This game is really, really jazzy, like someone was rocking a Casio and just having a lot of fun. Now do I need the fox to get the thing? A button. Okay. I collect. Now we just have to go to the exit and blow up some more computers. Tracking. Now, this is where you'd see the giant gauntlet of things you were supposed to go through, but, we kind of did this in backwards order. It was supposed to be like, okay, I managed to beat that bear. Holy crap, that was hard. Oh my god, there's so much more ahead of me yet. What's down here? I quite like the flailing arm, giant, angry, foaming at the mouth bear. There's some brilliant imagery with that. I need my awesome rocket dog. Because we'll get the, we'll try and get the, trophy in this level too. Just because. But, yeah. This game, I really enjoy it. I'm hoping you enjoy it too, because I think more people need to know about this game. And the variations of it that were pretty much European exclusives for reasons that I don't think I'm ever going to stop bitching about, because, man, just let me play the other versions of this, damn it. I love this game. This wasn't even the only Rockstar game on the N64. They also made Body Harvest, which I've always wanted a copy, and I just got murdered. Yeah, this game is not fair sometimes. And then Dan's just bored. Okay, we'll go to the ice world now. Actually, that reminds me of a video I recorded, because I just did a 30 minutes of a game that's, ooh. Not a fair environment, Space Station Silicon Valley. Also, really love this music, too. New world, so you get new, characters. But, they also made Body Harvest. I just played a 30 minutes of a game that I bought instead of Body Harvest, and man, did I cock up. Because that game was not good, and I've always wanted a copy of Body Harvest. But, I love the little, parachute on this guy. Now, there's a dog around here somewhere that we have to be real careful of, and I'm pretty sure attacking him and stealing his body is one of the necessities for completing the level, but he's also very tough. Actually, I think he's back up on that cliff we jumped off of, so we might have to backtrack a wee bit. Ugh, there we go. We turned on the big computer thing, which was a mistake, because it turns out Dan's curiosity about what the big computer thing did was it turned on the space station's secondary engines, and has it now hurtling at Earth at twice the speed. Yeah. So what I've learned from this is you must always press big buttons of things that look completely dangerous. And always press, or always play Global Thermonuclear War. Don't kill me, don't kill me. Okay. Yeah, things don't like to be fair in this game. But we got a puppy. Because puppies! Freaking love puppies. I love dogs. Dogs are awesome. Although this one's got like that rabid bite too. Though it doesn't excitedly flail its arms. Now I believe the last objective is to go down here and hit the switch which turns on these snow blowers. And now suddenly the entire world is snowing. This game's got a lot of really nice little touches. I don't think the penguins will attack me because I'm sort of in charge. Nice reflection here. I remember when reflection was super impressive in Metroid Prime. This game did it first. Boop. And now it's nighttime because that just makes it prettier. What do you do for the secret trophy in this world? I'm just trying to remember. Oh yeah. There's nothing special you have to do. It's just sitting there, but it's that's a hidden platform, in case you didn't notice when we walked past it earlier, but you can kind of see it now because it's nighttime. Because UV lighting or something. I think you can actually stand on it when you can't see it, though. Now, this is actually very, very slippery, so we're gonna have to not fall off like a colossal tit. Is that coming back down? I don't think it is. Oh, I was just looking at the wrong part. Again, like a colossal tit. Yeah, okay, so this game isn't exactly precision. Or, it's my N64 controller. One of those two excuses is true. Or also, I'm inept. 3. All 3, quite possible, I suppose. I do like that there is sort of like an animal hierarchy in this game, too. Like, the penguins won't attack you despite you being a husky, which is their enemy. Because you'll just destroy them. Huskies won't attack you if you're a husky, because, you know, you're husky bros or whatever. It feels like there was like a realistic sort of, I don't know, ecosystem programmed into this game, which is something that still amazes me to this day. And once again, makes me wish there was a sequel, or that I could play the other versions, because this game is just awesome. I spent so much money renting this back in the day, and I never got very far. Always got... No, I got past Battery Farm once. I think it was World 3 in the Ice World I couldn't get past, because that's actually a pretty long level. The one with, if you played this game before, the one with the seagull and the statue. If it's the next level, I could show a little bit of that off. Because it's not a really difficult level or anything, it's just a little long. Okay, we're gonna go steal a penguin, because I think their jumping might be a little bit more preferred. This could be an issue for us, because if we attack this, the other penguin might back him up. But we'll risk it, because I don't want to find my body, because that's a pain in the ass. Yay, penguin. I like the big floppy feet. But yeah, pretty much every animal in this game you can possess with the exception of 2. There's one animal that shows up in the very last level, a frog, which probably would have been in the jungle world, but you can't possess it. And there was also a rocket fox in one of the hidden bonus levels that you can't play as ever. Because in the bonus level, you can't possess things. And it shows up in the last level, but you can't possess things in the last level either, because you're pretty much stuck as what you are. Sort of. Again, if you collect all the purple power cells, you kind of have a little bit of variance to what you can play as, but the only difference is you have more health and you look a little different and you've got a better weapon. I love it. Throws snowballs. This game is very both cute and morbid and funny. There need to be more games like this, and there just aren't. Throw snowballs! I want to escape this stupid... Yeah, precision platforming was not this game's strength, it was... I need the husky, don't I? Crap. Okay, if we fail this, I'm just gonna hop to, I'm gonna quit out, hop to my good file, and show you the level that I got stumped on in the Ice World quite a lot, and then I'll just leave it at that. Or I could try finishing it, because it's not... Actually, it is a pretty long level, but it's not hard. Unless you do what I did as a kid, and you decide to challenge the polar bear as a penguin. Which is, just as a tip to all penguins out there, don't fight a polar bear. It doesn't end well. Okay. 2 more tries. I feel like I gotta go at the corner of this, because I think this thing has more jumps than the penguins. But, yeah, precision platforming wasn't this game's strength. When it had to rely on precision platforming, there was issues. But, absolutely stick with it. Even if the precision platforming kinda sucks, there isn't a lot of it in here, and everything else about the game is just gold. And fur, and feathers, and fish scales in one instance. Okay, I'm quitting out. But that's just because I'm impatient. Okay. Select. So I've got all the levels, except for that trophy collected, because you can't collect that one. But, nope, that's the one where you collect the heads of the people. Penguin Playpen. This is the level I spent so much time on. Now, if I recall, there is a way you can trick the game. I've never done it before. Let's see. Because right at the bottom of this hill, you can kind of see a, you can kind of see that over there. Crap. You can see that seagull over there, and you can actually, kill it before it takes off. I've only seen someone do it once, though. And yes, you can possess fish. There is a fish-only level. It's very neat because it's very different from any other level in the game. Although you can say that about every level in this game. They're all very, very different and very enjoyable. And there's the cameo by Cool Party Walrus. Because every game needs a Cool Party Walrus. Because Cool Party Walrus. Complete with Cool Party Walrus sunglasses and rockets. Although he's not the most useful ever. He's certainly a very... He's one of the more standouts. I guess he's like the rocket dog of Ice World. You don't get to use him often. He's massively underutilized, and he's far cooler than he has any right to be. Okay. Now, if I recall, to get the trophy, you need to murder all the fish, which I think only the penguin can do, because while Party Walrus can kind of do it, it's bad, because it tries to aim up, whereas Penguin can kind of aim down. But, Space Station Silicon Valley, it's a fantastic game. Has some issues, but what game doesn't? Whoop. Even my favorite game of all time has issues. Oh, and if you beat yourself as a fish, you basically die immediately. I do like that the snowballs, once thrown in the water, take a second to evaporate. That's... or melt, or whatever. That's kind of a nice touch. But, this is presumably the same penguin we started level 1 with, that we just sort of hopped back into. Although I don't think there were any penguins in level 2, so there's a little bit of continuity error. I'm just gonna murder all these fish, because fish murder! I don't like the taste of fish, it's gross. The smell of seafood alone makes me ill. I don't know, it's just one of my many, many neuroses, I guess. But, this is a fun game. I love this game. And the more Space Station Silicon Valley I get to play, the better. I think. Looks like he's swimming at a bit of an angle, which means he's probably going to die soon. I think. Because, as I've said, every animal has like a tell as to, what. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you get there? Well, we'll get to that. Because that's the end of the level. Sort of. Actually, the level sort of doubles back on itself. It's kind of a rather lengthy level, so I think it's a good level to end on. But, I like this game a lot, and this level's got quite a lot of variance to it. Now, here's a nice little bit of story as to our penguin before we killed him and absorbed him. Apparently, he had friends. And they're about to do something very stupid. They're gonna pick a fight with that bear. After I pick a fight with that bear. Now this is why I always lost this level as a kid, I think. Aside from the fact that it was long. Poop mines. Also terrible camera. Oh, also yes, it throws cannonballs. Whoa. I'm gonna try and do this, because I don't think I've ever successfully killed this bear. At least when I was younger, I didn't. I don't think they'll attack it until you, like, touch ground, which activates their script to attack it, but once again, if they see you attacking it, they kind of go after it, too. Holy crap, I might actually kill it. Yes! We frickin' did it. Penguin power. Not that you did anything. Poop mines. Cannonballs. Haha. If I recall, there's a husky around here which might completely destroy me. And I don't think I can take this bear out of this little canyon. Which is a very, very sad victory for me. But, I got the poop mine bear. Yeah, I think this was... Yeah. Ooh, there is a, lift. Although I can't... So disappointing. I'm just gonna attack these penguins. Because penguins. I need to take out my frustration not being able to use my awesome poop bear. Boop. Well, blow up. Eat bear poop. Because bear poop. And cannonballs. And I'll go back to my original awesome penguin, because you two are lazy jerks who don't accomplish anything. Dun 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 dun. This game, or this level has awesome music too. I think I used the music to this one in my review as well. Oh, I think I have to use the lift as this guy. Whoop. Yep. But not the bear. Okay, so we gotta be real careful, cause that. Whoa. Okay, yeah. I can kind of jump his attacks, which is nice. Unfortunately, he wasn't very strong. But this is Jet Ski Husky. I take it back, this is basically the equivalent of Rocket Dog, in a more literal sense, I guess. Because it is a rocket dog. With skis. I'm not sure if that's an improvement or not, but rocket ski dog. I like that he can't get traction if he tries to walk. He has to jet everywhere. Which makes it very awkward to utilize him, but believe me when I say we're going to want to utilize Rocket Dog for the last fight in this, well, the last important fight in this world. I think I can actually make do with just that last fight. Because you actually need to have 4 corpses handy, and I think I've got them. I don't think they have to be a specified size, so I think we're good. Again, I want to stress, I think. I don't have a exact guarantee of that, but we'll find out. Whoa, okay. So again, the overarching plot of this level was there was a seagull who made fun of us when we crash landed here. So our job is to blow up the seagull. So we're trying to do that. And hopefully we're not going to get murdered by his claws, because... Yeah! Now we absorb this stupid bird. And we flap! So majestically. Although there's only so much air you can, height you can gain before you start descending rapidly, so you gotta be careful about that. And, you know, while we're here, we'll just grab that. Keep flapping. Now, as you can see, the teleporter is covered in a statue. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, come on, grab him. There we go. It is a statue of the Penguin King, which is indeed a thing. Actually, I think these steps were made so that the... I don't think I can grab him. Nope, he's too big. I didn't know there was a weight restriction. I mean, it makes sense, but... Yeah, these were made specifically so the seagull could gain height. Why is there a seagull in Winter World? I mean, there's seagulls basically everywhere, true, but... I don't know. Seems weird that there's a seagull in Winter World. I mean, I see seagulls everywhere, and I basically live in Winter World because Canada is basically a cold, desolate wasteland, but I don't know. It just seems weird that there are seagulls in Winter World. And this is the only seagull in the game, so you don't ever get to see or play as another seagull. Like, they don't ever throw back to him, not even in the last level where they bring back, like, all the other animals. Including, like, 2 you can't play as for bizarre reasons. I gotta go around. Because programming real flight would have been hard. Or maybe I could just sit on this thing. Yay for lazy. Whee! Dun 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 dun. Grab the last penguin. This was my starter penguin. He has served me well, and he will be our key to victory. Flap, 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 and boop. Actually, I could have just stood on that one. Oh well. And then this thing slowly starts getting squished for reasons. Oh, and then fire comes on to melt it. And that should open the teleporter and let us out of this world. We destroyed the statue. Yay! Eat that, Penguin King. Although I think he is the, he's in the next level. And take that, fine art. I never liked you. We were never friends. If you thought we were, that was a lie. Anyway, this has been Space Station Silicon Valley. Go get a copy. If you live in Europe land and want to send me a copy, absolutely. I'll see you next time.